Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and finally, we all knew this was going to happen. This has been the workings for a couple days now, and really for a couple weeks. I had a video out really 18 days ago in which connecting Vegas Golden Knights to Alex Pietrangelo, the coveted captain, right-hand defenseman from the St. Louis Blues. And shout out to NHL Rumors Daily on Twitter. They were the first to report regarding Vegas's connection to Pietrangelo from all the reports I've seen that led to my previous video. But it's crazy knowing that Alex Pietrangelo is finally going to the Vegas Golden Knights on a 7-year deal with the AAV of, get ready for this, $8.8 million. That is crazy, especially for a team that was so cap crunched. As we know, they shopped Paul Stastny, and they look like they're going to shop easily another contract or two. Nate Schmidt, the left-hand defenseman, looks like he'll be on his way out for Vegas. We may see a trade possibly today or tomorrow. He's been rumored to go to multiple teams over this past 24 hours. There have been a lot of other names. Marc-Andre Fleury, will he be traded or bought out? I'm not sure, but they definitely have to make some roster moves knowing that they are over the cap. But Alex Pietrangelo gets the bag. By far the only contract that we have seen in this year's offseason when it comes to free agency, with a player gain both term and the actual cap hit that they're looking for. This is absolutely massive for them. So shout out to Alex Pietrangelo for getting the bag. He deserves this. Things didn't work out with St. Louis, as we all know, but in the end, it still bodes him well, because yes, they did get Torrey Krug, but at least Pietrangelo gets exactly what he was really looking for with Vegas. That's in a win now stage. They get the right-hand defenseman, which has been really the only part of their team that has been lacking since they became a franchise. Some of that defense has been suspect, especially on that right side. So Pietrangelo, the biggest fish out there, easily top 3 defenseman in the NHL for all-around defense, both offensively and defensively. And Pietrangelo, the 6'3", 210, 30-year-old defenseman, he has been phenomenal throughout his entire career. And there's a full no-move clause on this deal as well. So huge for Vegas. I'm so happy for Vegas fans. I'm sure they're ecstatic about this. They're going all in, as we all know. And yes, are these contracts going to hurt them long-term? More than likely, but they're in a win-now stage, and rightfully so, and they need to do everything they possibly can to compete and ultimately win a Stanley Cup within these next couple of years. Pietrangelo, knowing what he's done with St. Louis, being one of the best defensemen in the NHL, he's surely only going to make them that much better. But in 70 games played this past season, Pietrangelo had 52 points, including 16 goals and 36 assists, and he had 25 points in his last 35 playoff games. So remarkable numbers as a defenseman nonetheless. And since being an everyday NHLer back in 2010, he's only had 2 seasons without 40 points in his NHL career, which is very impressive for a defenseman nonetheless. But Pietrangelo has just been an absolute beast. He was the most coveted guy in the market. We all knew this. We knew that the Toronto Maple Leafs had shown interest, but they probably couldn't figure out the cap. They ultimately get TJ Brody in the process, and they may do some more moves. But then you have Vegas. They make their moves, and they're going to make more. Like I said, Nate Schmidt, you can expect surely gone. You may expect Marc-Andre Fleury gone. Definitely going to see him gone in some capacity. They're not going to take on that $7 million cap hit any longer with Rob Mulliner in the mix, and maybe some other moves. But this is huge for the Vegas Golden Knights. They get their guy, and they are surely going to look like a Stanley Cup contender next year. A team that many are going to believe is going to go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and win it next year, and rightfully so. Given how great and deep this roster is, this is crazy. This really takes Vegas up that next step in the Western Conference. So Pietrangelo could very well go up against St. Louis in next year's playoffs, which is just absurd. But that's the world we're living in right now. A lot of crazy things have happened this offseason. Shout out to NHL Rumors Daily on Twitter again for being the first to report regarding Vegas going all in on Pietrangelo this offseason once the free agency started, and they have done just that. They have to free up cap space. We know this, but they're in a win now stage, and they get their guy. What a massive signing. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Whether you're a Golden Knights fan or a hockey fan overall, how you feel about Pietrangelo headed to Las Vegas. I would love to hear your thoughts. Check out my previous videos, as always, regarding this free agency, the trades that we've seen with Devon Tays earlier, among others, and my draft recap. If you haven't seen that, make sure to check it out. It was an hour long. It was a lot of fun. But thank you all so much, guys. It means a ton, and I'll be back very, very soon.